What's up, guys? It's Flopping Groper, January 9th, 2025. And I can't shake this bearishness, this bearish feeling that I have. And intrinsically, it's due to the fact that I've kind of tied my life to Bitcoin, and I say that kind of shamefully. And when Bitcoin was at the lows, I really felt those lows in my life. And when Bitcoin was at highs, I really felt those highs in my life. And so Bitcoin feels very tired right now. Like it's just accomplished an amazing goal and it doesn't know where to go. And that's how I feel, and that's my secret sauce intuition that you won't find in my indicators or with Market Cipher. But nobody cares about how I feel or what I think. What are the Vwap saying? And what the Vwaps are saying is that there very well could be a Trump Vwap bounce, a bounce off the election day Vwap, certainly. But you would be longing into a freshly established 5-day downtrend. You'd be longing now in a declining year-to-date VWAP, a freshly spawned year-to-date VWAP. You've fallen below it. And overall, it really is just looking like this larger play down to the previous quarter's VWAP is going to happen. Whether quickly or over a long period of time, potentially a week to 2 weeks, it could slowly grind down there. So this is pretty much what I'm thinking, is that we got a daily bearish trigger wave. The weekly is about to lose the 60 line. So if you're a bull, you're praying for a miracle there. The 2 week, absolutely cooked. A textbook bear div. And the monthly is a bearish divergent double top wave. So this has me really considering if Bitcoin is at a macro top. This is crazy. These are crazy bearish signals, guys. And so we look at altcoins and we have to consider that what we are seeing here could be a topping pattern. And these look like topping patterns. Everyone looks a little different, but when I go on the daily, everything's just a head and shoulders. Everything's looking pretty damn shitty right now. Look at Bonk here. This is like the bearish divergence of the century here. Absolutely cooked. So I think that meme coins, this sector is going to fade like NFTs. A lot of these meme coins are going to fade. And it's going to catch people off guard, man. The catalyst may be a stock market correction here. So the S&P 500, although it has a lot of strong uprising structure here, when you zoom into the daily, you see some early warning signs. You see the 5-day trend sloping down. Last time this happened was during the quarterly corrections, and so the 5-day trend only slopes down on the S&P when something really big is rolling through. And so the S&P's kind of showed its hand. We're consolidating underneath the Trump election day VWAP, which implies that this maybe will break down. And I sound like a broken record, always being bearish on the S&P, but that threat is always there. We're simply too late in the market to not consider the risks of investing and trading in this type of environment. And so we're always going to look down. New quarter begins, we're always going to look to the downside here. Hell, even pray for healthy pullbacks. But, given the macro situation, You look at the altcoins, Ethereum, not really convincing. This is the middle of the VWAP range, guys. I'm not contemplating a trade on Ethereum at this time. XRP, interestingly enough, starting to lose its year to date and tug that 5-day simple moving average into a downtrend. The Trump VWAP and the Q4 VWAP may be coming. You might get a big markdown on Ripple. I had some guy at the gym talking to me about how his friend told him to buy a bag of Ripple. Just getting all these like top signals on like random everyday people texting me about the new shitcoin that they just bought or whatever. And it just feels like a top to me, guys, psychologically, socially, sentiment, the unsinkable ship attitude. In my heart, I'm kind of ready for this bull market to be over, guys, not gonna lie. Like, I completed the mission. I did 100 push-ups a day till 100K. So it would be nice to get a nice pullback so that the common man can get some better prices. But if XRP, like, somehow pulls a miracle out of its ass and pulls this into an uptrend again, I will go bullish on it again. But right now, I'm in a flip-flop zone because it's right at these deciding lines. But when I zoom in on Ripple, it does look like we just lost the year to date, and we pinged off that 5-day SMA sloping down. So this is likely going to get worse here on Ripple. Looking at Solana, rounding out the top 4. This is also looking bearish, and similar to ETH, it's in the middle of its ranges, and so it's not a very attractive trade for me right now. Especially because my leapfrog strategy, I mean, look at the gap between the year-to-date and the Q4. There isn't really much of a gap there anymore, so the leapfrog idea doesn't really apply to this chart. But if Bitcoin takes a shit, this is likely going to also take a shit. And this was all just a big bear div. I mean, you zoom out on the daily here and see how Solana, overall, the money flow has sloped down. The price has come up. And so this typically calls for a correction. There's a lot of liquidity here that could be taken. You pull a fib just from the macro bottom. And it looks like an SFP of the 2024 bottom might be in order here on Sol. That's if Bitcoin takes a giant shit and altcoin, there's an altcoin apocalypse. Maybe I could apply that same logic to ETH. How far could we go on ETH? Ethereum dumping down to 2,800. I think that's reasonable if Ethereum dumped to about 2,800. And I believe that is a VWAP from the high volume summer sell-offs. It's a little bit lower than that. Now, if Bitcoin had a golden retracement from its summer low, that would put us right here at 71,666, basically at these old highs. And that to me seems like a pretty healthy pullback. Max pain for sure for the participants who bought at the top. But once we get there, it'll look like a juicy buying opportunity. So it's going to take a while to get down there, guys. But what first needs to happen, if you're a bear, is the Bitcoin needs to lose this Trump VWAP. This is some major support. So if I zoom in, let's go super small time frame. It looks like the Trump VWAP is about to get taken out, guys. Not gonna lie. It's my personal opinion that anybody who's longing in this declining 5-day SMA is going to get wrecked. Just my personal opinion. I think when the news pops up today or tomorrow or something that this is likely going to be a big shit show and everyone on Twitter is going to be freaking out. And we'll just take it day by day. We'll have to see how price is reacting around that Q4 VWAP. Obviously, a deeper correction down to the year to date, a yearly leapfrog. Imagine that. A new year begins and you dunk down to the previous year. It's only a 32% correction. So, really looking at this Trump VWAP, guys. I'm in a short myself. I'm in a 3x swing short. And my target is that Q4 VWAP. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe if you like the TA. And I'll give you guys an update in a couple days when we see what's going on here.